The Bucks and Celtics play tonight at 7:30. By the time this goes out, the game will already be played. Who do you think is going to come out the Eastern Conference this year? If Chris Middleton's healthy, Milwaukee or Boston?
Both teams fully healthy. Boston Celtics are the better team, I
Really?
believe. I think that Giannis is the best player on the court,
Hmm.
but I do believe the Celtics are the best overall team. Um, I think they're slightly deeper. I believe in I bel like so like I say, Giannis is the best player, but then you got Jalen. I mean, sorry, Jason, Jalen. Um,
Marcus.
then you'd probably put Middleton, Marcus Smart's right there too. So there's some
Holiday.
players right there. Yeah, Holiday too. I
Uh,
just I like the Celtics. I like the way they play, man. I think they play together. I think they've really found themselves. They can switch on almost anybody.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so yeah, I'm sticking with the Celtics coming out of the East.
You
I
know,
have to. I don't think Jay Crowder was this. While it's a good move and he is a tone setter and he can knock down 3 pointers and he can play some tough physical defense. It's not like he's not PJ Tucker. Let's not kid
you
ourselves, right?
sure? He's a better shooter than Tucker and a better floor spacer. You at least have to
Yes,
play him.
yes, 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 yes. Overall, yes. From the corner, PJ is better, but yes, overall, yeah. But defensively and the tenacity and the intangible stuff, I think PJ is better than Jay Crowder.
I'll be
Not by a
honest.
lot, not leaps and bounds, but I would take PJ for my money.
I think the Bucks might be mopping the floor in that series, Brent. It's kind of funny. The Celtics are an elite shooting team. The Bucks are an inside team, and their weaknesses are the other strength. So, Jason Tatum, we saw last year, struggled with physicality against Draymond Green and the Warriors. If you put Jay Crowder on if you put Jay Crowder on Jason Tatum, you've got Drew Holiday to match up on Jalen Brown, getting into his pocket, really underneath him. I think Jalen Brown would have a hard time. But you've also got an incredible athlete in Marjon Beauchamp off the bench who can play 10 minutes. You've got Pat Connaughton. You've got Chris Middleton, who's a plus defender. And with Giannis Antetokounmpo at free safety, I think Jason Tatum would have fits in that series because you have better shooters in Jay and Chris on the floor. So now you can go with a better defensive lineup. And also, Brooke Lopez this year has been what is now the number one candidate for Defensive Player of the Year on NBA.com. Last year, coming off back surgery, he was not himself. And you've also got the I almost cursed. You can't overlook Giannis when he has a full supporting cast. And last year they took the Celtics to 7 without Chris Middleton playing a single game. Now Middleton this year is playing just 13 games, but the Bucks are now on a 10-game heater. This team is the best in the Eastern Conference because they have the best player, the best defense, and it's close between them and Cleveland. Cleveland's really good defensively, and I think they have the best formula. When Middleton is healthy and Drew Holiday is the third piece, and you add in Jay Crowder in that PJ Tucker role, I'm sorry. You keep Grayson Allen off the bench. You have Joe Ingles now to run some pick and roll with Giannis. I mean, there is nothing this Bucks team is missing when it's all clicking. But with the Celtics, we still have those playoff concerns with Jason Tatum. For as great a player as he is in the regular season, when you go up against a defense like that, you see what happened last year in the finals, where
Yeah,
Tatum looked
no,
like a shell of himself.
yeah, they couldn't go left.
Yeah.
But I just listen. I'm not saying the Celtics are going to blow the Bucks out of the water. I believe it would be a 7-game series and a
Yeah.
tough, hard fought 7-game
A
series.
rock fight.
Yeah. I just would favor the Celtics just slightly. And I know you bring up can't count out Giannis with a fully loaded uh, um supporting cast. John, I know you like to bring this up. We've had a couple of very heated debates about it. You like to say that Kevin Durant almost single-handedly beat that fully supported cast of Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Kevin Durant's top 15 player of all time at his peak power.
I'm
Jason
just saying.
Tatum. If Tatum's lucky, he'll get into the top 30 all time.
Yeah, I know, but Tatum's not alone. He's got a crew behind him too. He's got a pretty damn good crew behind him. And Marcus Smart, I don't think he's back, right?
No, he's missed some
Smart's
time.
not back. Jalen just got injured.
Yeah, the
It's only
facial.
a facial fracture, so it's not going to affect like his movement or anything like that.
Hmm.
But it'll be back, so it'll be easier. What I'm saying, it'll be easier for him when he comes back in to get more acclimated. Um, So yeah, Al Horford. I don't know if he's in and out of the lineup, but
Mm-hmm.
and also you mentioned Brook Lopez is number one. I saw that exact same thing, John.
Mm-hmm.
You seem to forget that the number three guy on that list is a guy who plays for the Boston Celtics by the name of Robert Williams III. So it's not like he's that
Wait,
far off.
are you serious?
I'm pretty sure, unless I saw a different uh uh
Because Time Lord's playing 22 games.
number three, one, two, and three. He was number three on that list, unless I saw a different list, but
I think you might be
I
looking at
must
last year's list where he finished top three.
no, because I saw Brook Lopez was number one on the list.
Okay, let's see
Not
what
looking at
Robert
last
Williams.
year's list.
Because Robert Williams is blasphemous in top three. He hasn't even played half the. He's played a third of this year's games almost. I would imagine it is Brook Lopez number one, Nick Claxton maybe number two, and Jared Allen number three. Evan Mobley an honorable mention. Jaren Jackson an honorable mention. Jaren's my defensive player of the year, but he's also missed half of the season, which is why he would probably not be above Brook Lopez, who's played the majority of the season. Any day now, NBA.com. Once, twice. It's not loading. The Celtics are a great team, but I think in the playoff crucible, what we underrate is competitive stamina. And I think with that Bucks team, they have too much toughness and just enough skill offensively to win in the half court. And if Chris Middleton is healthy, which is a massive if, massive, on an expiring contract here,
I'm gonna
I
be
don't think
honest.
Grant Williams can do it again. I do not think he can do it a second time around. And what would be part four between these two teams, right? They play each other in 2017. They play each other in 2018, and 2019, and 2022.
I'm gonna be honest. You bring up the competitive fervor. No one will ever question Giannis's competitiveness. I'm one of the biggest Giannis fans out here.
Mm-hmm.
That guy is built different, and I love the way he goes about his business in the NBA nowadays. I wish more players were actually like him.
Did you see the report that Giannis didn't even know? He doesn't have social media, so the only trade he saw is Jay Crowder to his team. Not KD,
I'm
not Kyrie, not D'Lo, just Jay Crowder.
not surprised. But this is one thing that I've heard before is that some people just Jason Tatum's a very nice guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He might be a little too nice.
Mm-hmm.
Where Giannis is a very nice guy too, but when he gets on that court, you're his enemy. He got that dog in him. And I think that's kind of what you're speaking to. If it isn't what you're speaking to exactly, Jason Tatum needs to show he's got that dog in him. I think Jaylen Brown has that dog in him. I need to see Jason Tatum have that.
Yeah, the word he used was competitive stamina.
Yeah. Competitive fervor, I think it's kind of the same, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Semantics.
One more series. We got the Clippers and the Warriors tonight. No Steph Curry, but Klay Thompson's been on a heater now. He's been on a heater now. Oh,
My boy.
Klay Thompson hater right here, the biggest hater according to you. According to you, I'm the
My
biggest
boy.
hater.
Yo.
Klay Thompson.
He taught him. Make an L, hand in the cookie jar. Hand in the cookie jar.
Yes, that's good. You do a lot of editing. This is good to mitigate that wrist thing. I forget what it's called.
Carpal tunnel?
Carpal tunnel. Thank you. That's a good stretch.